You know that feeling, don't you? That moment when the initial spark for something big, that ambitious project, maybe a new skill you're trying to master, or even just getting through a tough week, it just sort of dims.
Oh, absolutely. You hit a wall.
Yeah, the energy just drains, and then there's that quiet, kind of insidious voice in your ear
Hmm.
suggesting maybe it's time to just stop.
It's so common, that urge to quit. It's a universally relatable experience, I think.
Definitely. That internal wrestling match, it's something we all face, right?
Yeah.
No matter how driven we might seem on the outside.
It really is. Pursuing anything challenging is just part of the human experience.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Yeah.
But this isn't about those generic feel-good pep talks, the kind that fade almost instantly.
Right. Those don't really stick.
No. Instead, we've really combed through all the articles, the research, the insights you've shared with us. And our mission for this deep dive is to get under the hood,
Mhm.
really understand the mechanics of why that initial motivation so often dwindles.
And, more importantly,
Yeah, more importantly, we're here to give you a concrete toolkit, like a set of actionable science-backed strategies to reignite that spark and keep it burning even when things feel tough.
precisely. Because motivation isn't this, limitless bonfire that just burns forever without any effort.
No, not at all.
It's much more like a flickering flame. Sometimes it's blazing, other times it's just embers.
Hmm.
So our goal here is to give you the insights, the practical techniques to fan those embers back into a powerful, sustainable flame exactly when you need it most.
It's about building that confidence muscle, you called it, understanding the nuts and bolts of self-belief.
Exactly. Empowering you to maintain momentum.
Okay, so let's unpack that fading flame. Why does that initial burst of energy we often feel just fade away? The materials you shared get right into the neurochemistry, don't they?
They do. It often starts with dopamine. When we start something new, our brain releases this really potent chemical.
Dopamine, right. The feel-good chemical.
Exactly. It floods our system, creates this powerful sense of reward, excitement, optimism. Think about that buzz you get at the very start of a new project or a new fitness goal.
Oh yeah, it feels great. Effortless, almost.
Your brain is essentially giving you this huge thumbs up, creating positive anticipation. This is going to be great. That kind of feeling makes everything seem full of potential.
But that initial thrill, that chemical high,
Mm.
it can't last forever, can it?
No, unfortunately not. Like any really intense feeling, that dopamine surge just isn't sustainable long term.
So the novelty wears off.
The novelty wears off. Things start to feel, well, like work, like actual effort.
Right.
It's the brain signaling novelty and potential reward initially, like an initial investment of good feelings.
Mm.
But once that novelty fades, or maybe you hit a snag, a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
that chemical high dips significantly. And what felt exciting now just feels like plain effort.
And that shift can be jarring.
Very jarring. Going from that easy excitement to the reality of sustained effort, it can really flatten your motivation, leave you feeling deflated.
Okay, so the brain chemistry shifts. But then, as if that weren't enough, you've got setbacks.
Oh, yes, setbacks.
Things like getting rejected or a clear failure or even just that nagging feeling that you're putting in the work but not getting anywhere.
Right, spinning your wheels.
Yeah. And one of the research pieces you shared mentioned something called learned helplessness. That sounds intense.
It is intense. Learned helplessness is a really powerful, almost insidious demotivator. It creeps up on you.
How does it work?
Well, it happens when we experience repeated failures or obstacles, even small ones sometimes. We start to internalize this belief that our efforts don't actually matter, that nothing we do will change the outcome.
Wow. So you start to think, why bother?
Exactly. Why bother trying if it's just going to end badly anyway? It creates this paralyzing sense of futility. It makes any effort seem pointless, even if objectively, maybe the situation isn't hopeless.
But you believe it is.
You believe your actions won't change the outcome, and that core belief is just incredibly damaging to motivation.
Okay, so we've got the dopamine dip, we've got learned helplessness from setbacks, and then there's just life.
Right.
Everyday pressures.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget life, looming deadlines, maybe financial worries piling up.
Or maybe people around you who aren't exactly cheerleaders.
Precisely. Maybe they're not fueling your fire. Maybe they're pouring water on it. These external pressures or just the lack of a really supportive environment can massively amplify that urge to give up.
Big drains, you called them.
Huge drains on our motivational reserves, which are already limited. Time constraints, making progress feel impossible. Financial stress, not having that strong support system. It all takes a toll.
It really makes you appreciate when people do push through despite all that.
It really does. It speaks volumes about resilience when it's intentionally cultivated.
So, okay, we've explored the why. Why that get up and go sometimes, well, gets up and goes. But here's the really powerful part, the insight from the materials you shared. Motivation isn't just random. It's not just an emotion that pops up or disappears or some trait you're born with. Your sources say it's more like a muscle.
Exactly. That's the key takeaway. It's not a fixed setting. Now, your materials did reference a study linking self-confidence to things like emotional stability, being more outgoing, suggesting maybe there's an underlying disposition.
Okay, so nature plays a part.
A part, yes. But it also made it crystal clear that your experiences play a monumental role, especially the support you get, your past successes, things like that.
Nurture, too.
It's this dynamic interplay, nature and nurture, and the exciting part is, because it's not set in stone, you can actively change it. You can train it, make it stronger through deliberate practice.
Like going to the gym for your motivation muscle.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The very act of processing a failure, adapting, learning from it, that's the intense workout that builds resilience for the next challenge.
Okay, I like that. So we're clearer now on why we feel demotivated, why the fire dims. So the real mission now shifts to the how.
The how, yes.
How do we stop that downward slide? How do we fan those embers back into a flame? Let's get into the practical toolkit.
Let's do it. So the first essential tool in this motivational toolkit is all about re-examining your why.
Your why, the reason you started.
Exactly. And once you've revisited it, you need to reframe it, make it really potent. This why is your anchor, your foundation. When things get tough, this clear, powerful why is what keeps you tethered to your goal.
But it can't just be vague, right? Like, I want to be successful. That's not enough.
Not really. That's actually the biggest mistake people make, lack of specificity. Failing to connect the why to something visceral, something meaningful.
So how do we fix that?
You have to actively revisit it, pull it out, dust it off, and get incredibly specific. The materials really stress getting granular.
Can you give an example?
Sure. These are a great one. Shifting from a general goal like, I want to lose weight. Okay, noble goal, but kind of flat emotionally.
Right.
Shift that to something specific, something emotionally charged. I want to lose weight so I can play with my kids in the park without getting winded.
Oh, wow. Okay. That hits differently.
Doesn't it? Suddenly it's tangible. You can almost feel it, visualize it. It connects the struggle now with the desired, meaningful future outcome.
Makes it much more compelling.
Exactly. And the research you shared backs this up. Having a clear personal purpose leads to greater resilience when things get tough. It's that deep emotional pull.
So another example maybe, like for a career goal.
Sure. Instead of, I want to start a business, which is huge and vague, try. I want to build a sustainable business that provides innovative solutions to X problem, allowing me to create a flexible life for my family and make a tangible impact on my community. See?
Yeah.
More layers, more specific hook.
Yeah, much clearer, much more motivating. So the actionable step for you, the listener.
Sit down. Really think about your why. Write it down in detail. Focus on those specific outcomes, the feelings they'll evoke. Make it visible. Put it somewhere you'll see it every day. Bathroom mirror, phone screensaver, taped above your desk, a daily calendar reminder. Whatever works.
Keep it front and center.
Absolutely. And remember, your why isn't set in stone. It can evolve as you grow, as your life changes. That's okay. The key is to keep that connection strong. Adapt it. Make sure it always feels like your North Star.
Okay, anchor established. We've got our why. But even with that clear reason, sometimes the goal itself just feels massive, overwhelming.
Like standing at the base of a huge mountain.
Yeah, exactly. How on earth am I ever going to climb that feeling?
And that brings us perfectly to the second key strategy from your sources, breaking down those big, daunting goals into small, manageable steps. Micro goals.
Micro goals. I like that. Because overwhelm is a huge motivation killer, right?
Absolutely devastating. It leads to that paralysis. It's too big. I don't even know where to start. So you do nothing.
Been there. It's like staring at a blank page when you need to write a novel or a blank canvas for a masterpiece. You just freeze.
Exactly. Where do you even put the first word, the first brushstroke? So the solution is micro goals. Take that imposing objective and slice it into tiny, actionable pieces, almost ridiculously small sometimes.
Like what? Give me specifics.
Okay, so instead of write a book, your micro goal is write 200 words today.
Okay, I can do 200 words.
Right. Or instead of run a marathon, it's run 1 mile without stopping.
Manageable, achievable.
Tangible, achievable in the short term, And crucially, you get those immediate, satisfying small wins.
Ah, the small wins. Those feel good.
They do, and that's the neuroscience kicking in again. Each micro goal accomplished gives you that little hit of dopamine.
Like a reward signal.
Exactly. Positive reinforcement. Your brain goes, hey, progress, effort is worthwhile. And the materials really emphasize acknowledging and celebrating these small wins.
How so?
Finish those 200 words, take a deliberate break, hit that 1 mile mark. Give yourself a small, meaningful reward. Your brain loves that feedback loop.
And it builds momentum.
Huge momentum. It's the cumulative effect. All these consistent small steps add up significantly over time. Suddenly, that mountain doesn't seem quite so impossible. You're already partway up.
Okay, compelling why, broken down micro goals. What's next in the toolkit?
Next up is embracing the undeniable power of routine, establishing habits.
Routine. Okay,
Yeah.
why is that so important?
Well, because relying only on feeling motivated is, let's be honest, really unreliable.
Yeah, feelings change constantly. Mood, energy levels, they're all over the place.
Exactly. So if you only act when you feel that surge of motivation, you'll be stopping and starting constantly. Progress will be patchy, frustrating.
Makes sense. So habits provide consistency.
They provide structure that operates independently of your feelings. They create a reliable pathway forward, almost on autopilot.
So what's the actionable step for the listener here? How do you build a routine?
Pick one consistent action, just one to start, something that directly supports your goal. And commit to doing it regularly. Make it non-negotiable.
Like brushing your teeth. You just do it.
Precisely. So maybe it's dedicating just 5 minutes each morning to language practice.
5 minutes? That's tiny.
Tiny, but powerful if it's consistent. Or maybe spend 10 minutes stretching before bed. Or do 5 push-ups right after you wake up. Small, manageable commitments.
The key is doing it every time.
Regularity. Consistency. That's the magic. As James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits, which your sources mention,
Great book.
isn't it? He says consistency, even in tiny doses, always trumps sporadic intensity. Those little habits compound over time, leading to remarkable progress.
5 minutes a day doesn't sound like much, but over a year.
That's over 30 hours of dedicated practice. Imagine what you could achieve.
Right. And the sources also mention habit stacking. How does that work?
Ah, yeah, habit stacking is clever. It's linking a new habit you want to build onto an existing one that's already automatic.
Okay, give me an example.
Right after I brush my teeth in the morning existing habit, I will do my 5 minutes of language practice new habit. Or after I pour my first cup of coffee existing habit, I will write my 200 words new habit.
So you piggyback the new habit onto something you already do without thinking.
Exactly. It reduces the friction, lowers the activation energy needed. The existing routine just pulls the new habit along with it.
So even when motivation dips and you really don't feel like it.
The routine carries you. The habit system takes over. You don't need as much willpower in that moment.
Okay, that's powerful. So clear why, micro goals, solid routines. But what about that fear? The fear of failure. That can stop you dead in your tracks.
It really can. It's often about self-protection, isn't it? Avoiding potential disappointment, embarrassment, shame.
Yeah, the anxiety of putting in all that effort, pouring your heart into something, and then it doesn't work out.
And that little voice kicks in. What if I try my hardest and still fail? What does that say about me?
What if I'm just not good enough?
Uh,
That thought is paralyzing.
so debilitating that you might not even start. You stay safe in the comfort zone. But here's the thing. Your sources really hammered home.
What's that?
Failure is not the opposite of success. It's an integral part of success.
Not a dead end, but a stepping stone.
Exactly. Think about anyone who's achieved anything significant. They've all failed along the way. Countless times. Often.
Like the examples you mentioned.
Mm.
J.K. Rowling.
So many rejections before Harry Potter. Imagine if she'd quit. Or Thomas Edison and his thousands of light bulb attempts.
I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways it won't work.
Precisely. The key insight is failure isn't a judgment. It's feedback. It's data.
Data points. I like that framing.
Your sources strongly encourage reframing setbacks as data points. Didn't meet a sales target, don't just feel bad, analyze why, what can you learn? Presentation flopped, get constructive criticism, what didn't land.
View failure as a teacher.
Yes. When you do that, it strips away its power to demotivate. It becomes a lesson that informs your next attempt, makes it better. It's about designing your process for rapid learning through setbacks.
Turning failures into fuel for improvement.
And think about regret, too. For you, the listener, what's worse? The potential sting of a setback now, or the long-term regret of what if I had just kept going. Sometimes the fear of not trying is the bigger barrier.
Choosing the regret of inaction. Wow, okay, that leads perfectly to the next strategy. Curating your circle, your people.
Yes, your tribe. So important. We're social creatures, deeply influenced by our environment and the people we spend time with.
Absolutely. If you're surrounded by negativity, cynicism, discouragement, it's tough.
It's like swimming against the tide. Their energy can just drain you.
But the opposite is also true, right? Being around enthusiastic, supportive people.
It lifts you up. And this isn't just fuzzy thinking. Your sources mention research like the Framingham Heart Study.
Yeah, what did that show?
It showed that things like happiness, healthy habits, even motivation, can actually spread through social networks.
Yeah.
Like contagious positive energy.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So our social environment literally impacts our drive.
It really does, which means we need to be intentional about it. The practical step: take stock of your social circle.
Be honest about who lifts you up and who pulls you down.
Exactly. Who encourages you, celebrates your progress, and who's critical, dismissive. You might not need to cut people off entirely, but you can definitely prioritize time with the supportive ones. Manage your exposure.
And what about finding people who are on a similar path, working towards similar goals?
Yes. Find your tribe. Actively look for them. Online forums, local clubs, workshops, professional groups. Connect with people who share your aspirations and challenges.
So you don't feel so alone in it.
Precisely. That sense of camaraderie is incredibly powerful. Sharing experiences, learning from each other, tackling things together, it reduces isolation and boosts motivation. Shared accountability helps too.
Okay, so we manage our external environment, our social circle. But what about that internal chatter? The inner critic.
Ah, yes. Often the loudest voice, isn't it? And frequently the biggest barrier. It's not someone outside tripping you up, it's inside your own head.
I'm combining confidence, whispering doubts.
Especially when you're already feeling low, it just gets amplified, telling you to quit because you're not good enough.
So how do we handle that voice?
First step, awareness. Just notice it, acknowledge it's there. Don't try to wrestle it into submission or suppress it. That often backfires.
Like holding a beach ball underwater?
Exactly. Just observe the thoughts non-judgmentally, like clouds passing by. Then, once you're aware, you challenge them.
How?
If the critic says, you're gonna fail, you actively counter it. I've got this, even if it's hard, or I've handled tough things before, or I can learn from mistakes and adjust.
Conscious reframing.
Yeah.
Talking back positively.
Yes. And your sources also mention third-person self-talk, interesting technique.
Right. Instead of, I can do this, say,
You've got this. Or even use your own name, okay? Your name, you can handle this. Research by Ethan Cross suggests this creates psychological distance.
distance from the emotion.
Exactly. It reduces stress, allows for more objective thinking, boosts resolve. It's like giving yourself advice from a wise outside perspective, helps you see things more clearly.
I like that. Creating space. Okay, that leads nicely to the next strategy, which sounds simple but feels profound. Rest, don't quit.
Such a crucial mantra. Because sometimes that overwhelming urge to just stop isn't weakness, it's a signal.
A signal your body and mind need a break.
Exactly. You're exhausted, burnt out. And pushing through that isn't heroic. It's counterproductive. Rest isn't a luxury.
It's a strategic necessity. I love that phrasing.
It truly is. If you push relentlessly when you're burnt out, your work suffers, you achieve less, and you massively increase the odds of quitting for good.
So the actionable step is schedule breaks.
Yes, strategically, even before you feel depleted. Don't wait for the crash. Use techniques like Pomodoro work intervals, short breaks.
25 minutes on, 5 minutes off, something like that.
Yeah, even just stepping away for a few minutes, move, stretch, get water, can refresh your focus immensely, prevents deep exhaustion.
And if you are deeply exhausted,
Properly burnt out.
then you need a longer, real break. A full day off,
Yeah.
a weekend, maybe even a proper vacation. Disconnect. Recharge. You'll come back with fresh perspective, renewed energy. It's an investment in your long-term success.
Okay, rest is strategic. Got it. Now, once we're refreshed, your sources talk about visualization, but not just wishful thinking.
No, definitely not just wishful thinking. It has real psychological impact. Visualization makes goals feel more tangible, more attainable, more motivating.
How does it work?
It engages your brain differently than abstract thought. Research shows that vividly imagining a successful outcome, especially mentally rehearsing the process to get there, enhances motivation, belief in your ability, and even actual performance.
So don't just picture the finish line.
Yeah.
Picture the journey. Exactly. Picture the journey in detail. Take 5 minutes, close your eyes, visualize succeeding. What do you see, hear, feel? What emotions?
Okay.
Create a mental movie.
Include the steps.
Crucially, yes,
Yeah.
mentally rehearse the process, taking the steps, overcoming obstacles, feeling the satisfaction of small wins. Visualize writing those 200 words, making that call, handling that inner critic moment.
So it feels less abstract, more controllable.
Precisely. It primes your brain for action, reduces the perceived difficulty. It's like a mental dress rehearsal for success.
Okay, visualization.
Yeah.
Check. What about something more grounded, like tracking progress? Seems obvious, but maybe overlooked.
Very practical, and yes, often overlooked. It's easy to feel like you're going nowhere if you don't measure it somehow. You lose perspective in the day-to-day grind.
Yeah, that feeling of treading water, even if you're actually moving forward slowly.
Exactly. So the advice is simple. Track your progress consistently. What works best? Whatever works for you. A journal, a spreadsheet, a wall chart, a habit app on your phone. Doesn't matter the tool, as long as it gives you concrete evidence.
Evidence of effort, achievements, even small ones.
Yes, seeing those numbers tick up, that list shrink,
Yeah.
that progress bar fill, it provides a real tangible boost. It's visible proof you're moving forward.
And it keeps you accountable.
Absolutely. You see
Yeah.
what's working, what's not. And honestly, it's just harder to quit when you can literally see how far you've already come. Builds on that don't break the chain idea.
Yeah.
Makes progress undeniable.
Okay, tracking is key. Now for the final strategy, which you called perhaps the most liberating.
Yes. Accepting that it's okay to pivot.
Pivot, meaning
Yeah.
change direction.
Exactly. Because
Mhm.
sometimes that deep, persistent urge to quit isn't just fatigue or fear. Sometimes it means the goal itself is no longer right for you.
That takes courage to admit.
It does. Life changes, priorities shift, values evolve, and stubbornly clinging to a goal that no longer aligns with who you are or what you truly want. That's incredibly demotivating. You're fighting yourself.
So letting go, changing direction, that's not failure. Society often sees it that way.
It is absolutely not failure. It's self-awareness. It's courage. It's strength. It's growth.
It's knowing when something isn't serving you anymore.
Precisely. And having the wisdom and courage to redirect your energy towards something that is aligned. Maybe it's leaving an unhappy job. Maybe it's moving on from a long-held passion that no longer brings joy, that feels like an obligation.
Those are acts of self-respect.
Profound acts of self-respect and self-preservation. You deserve to be fulfilled. Clinging to something that diminishes you is far worse than pivoting.
Wow. Okay, that's a powerful final piece of the puzzle. So there we have it, the full toolkit.
Let's recap quickly.
Yeah. Reconnect with your compelling why, break goals into micro steps, build consistent routines, reframe failure as feedback.
Curate your circle, find your tribe, tame the inner critic, rest strategically, harness visualization.
Track your progress visibly, and know that it's okay, even wise, to pivot.
And the big takeaway through all of this, motivation isn't fixed. It's not innate.
It's a set of learnable strategies.
A toolkit that anyone, including you listening right now, can learn and apply.
So the next time you feel that urge to quit, that whisper of doubt, remember this toolkit. You don't have to use everything at once.
No, definitely not. Just pick one.
Pick the one that resonates most in that moment, the one that feels most doable, and just give it a go.
And remember the secret. Motivation often follows action.
Right. Don't wait to feel motivated to start.
Just take one small step. Action breeds motivation, which fuels more action. It's a positive cycle. Get it started, and momentum builds.
And think about the deeper benefits. Pushing through doesn't just get you to the goal.
No, it builds resilience. It cultivates grit. It develops real confidence, not just in that task, but in your fundamental ability to handle challenges, to persevere.
Think about people you admire who've achieved great things.
Their journeys weren't smooth. They had setbacks, doubts, moments they wanted to quit, but they applied these kinds of strategies consciously or unconsciously. They persisted.
And you can too.
Absolutely. The only difference between you and them. Time and consistent, intelligent persistence. Keep fanning those flames. You've got this.
This has been such a valuable deep dive. Understanding why motivation dips and having this concrete toolkit, it feels empowering.
It really is. And for you, the listener, as you think about all these strategies, we want to leave you with one final thought, a question to ponder.
Okay, what is it?
How might your life be fundamentally different? What new possibilities, what achievements, what new sense of self might open up for you if you consistently apply just one of these strategies the very next time you feel that powerful, tempting urge to give up?
Just one strategy consistently applied.
Yeah.
Something to really think about as you move forward.